Welcome to our channel, where today we're diving deep into the annals of history to uncover the 10 most astonishing inventions of antiquity. Innovations that not only transformed their time, but continue to shape our world today. The abacus. Let's kick things off with an invention that still finds a place in many schools around the world, the abacus. Originating in China around 2400 BC, this instrument was one of the first known calculators in human history. With its simple yet brilliant design, the abacus allowed people to perform complex mathematical operations with speed and accuracy. Its use spread throughout the ancient world, from Babylon to Greece and Rome. Remarkably, even in today's age of supercomputers, the abacus remains an essential tool for teaching the fundamentals of arithmetic. The abacus was constructed using a frame with rods on which beads move. Each bead and rod represent different values, allowing users to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and even division. It was an invaluable tool for merchants and traders who needed to keep track of transactions before the invention of paper and writing systems. The abacus not only laid the foundation for future mathematical tools, but also played a crucial role in the development of mathematical thought in ancient cultures. To paper. Now imagine a world without paper. There would be no books, no newspapers, and no quick notes to remind you of your tasks. The credit for this revolutionary invention goes to the Chinese, who in 105 AD developed the first paper as we know it today. Made from plant fibers like bamboo, paper not only transformed written communication, but also made the mass dissemination of knowledge possible. From ancient manuscripts to paper currency, this invention was undoubtedly a cornerstone of civilization. Before paper, writing was done on materials like clay tablets, bones, and silk, which were either cumbersome or expensive. The Chinese papermaker Kai Lun is often credited with the invention of paper. He refined the process by using tree bark, hemp, rags, and fishing nets, which were pounded into pulp, spread out, and dried into thin sheets. This process made paper affordable and accessible, revolutionizing the way people recorded information, shared ideas, and conducted business. It paved the way for education, literacy, and the preservation of history on a scale previously unimaginable. 3. The aqueduct. The Romans were masters of engineering, and one of their most astonishing achievements was undoubtedly the aqueduct. These ingenious systems of channels and bridges transported fresh water from distant sources to the largest cities of the Roman Empire. The first aqueduct, the Aqua Appia, was constructed in 312 BC, and many more followed throughout the empire. These aqueducts not only provided drinking water, but were also essential for public sanitation, helping to prevent diseases and improving the quality of life for millions of people. Roman aqueducts were marvels of engineering, designed with a precise gradient to ensure that water would flow steadily over long distances. Their ability to manage water resources on such a large scale contributed significantly to the expansion and maintenance of the Roman Empire. For gunpowder, let's move on to an invention that literally changed the course of warfare: gunpowder. Although its invention was not intentional, Chinese alchemists in the 9th century, in their quest for the elixir of immortality, discovered this explosive substance. Gunpowder was soon used to create fireworks, and later, weapons of war like cannons and rifles. This invention not only transformed warfare, but also introduced a new form of entertainment with the fireworks displays we all enjoy today. Concrete. Let's head back to Rome to talk about another invention that has left an indelible mark on history: concrete. While similar materials existed before, the Romans perfected the recipe by adding volcanic ash, which made their concrete extremely durable. The Pantheon in Rome, with its majestic unreinforced concrete dome, stands as a testament to Roman ingenuity. And if you've ever visited the Colosseum, you're standing on one of the greatest examples of ancient architecture made with concrete. Incredibly, some modern buildings have not withstood the test of time, as well as these ancient structures. Roman concrete, or opus cementitium, was a material ahead of its time. The secret to its durability lay in the addition of volcanic ash, known as pozzolana, which reacted with lime and water to form a strong binding agent. This allowed the Romans to construct massive structures that were both sturdy and resistant to the elements. The Pantheon, with its 142-foot-wide dome, is a marvel of ancient engineering, and its survival to this day is largely due to the innovative use of concrete. Roman concrete was also used to build harbors, aqueducts, and a vast network of roads, many of which are still in use. The principles of Roman concrete construction laid the groundwork for modern architecture and continue to influence building techniques today. 6. The watermill. The Greeks not only gave us philosophy and democracy, but also one of the first machines to harness natural energy, the watermill. Invented in the 3rd century BC, this device used the power of flowing water to grind grain, revolutionizing agriculture and food production. It's no exaggeration to say that this invention liberated many people from manual labor and allowed for an increase in food production, which in turn supported the growth of civilizations. The watermill represents one of the earliest examples of humans harnessing natural forces for mechanical work. By using a water wheel connected to a series of gears and stones, the watermill efficiently converted the energy of flowing water into rotational energy used to grind grain into flour. This mechanization of labor meant that larger quantities of food could be produced with less human effort, enabling societies to support larger populations and to focus on other pursuits such as trade, art, and governance. The basic concept of the watermill persisted through the centuries, evolving into more complex machinery that powered the Industrial Revolution and continues to inspire modern renewable energy technologies. 7. The Baghdad Battery. One of the most mysterious and astonishing inventions of antiquity is the so-called Baghdad Battery. Discovered in Iraq in the 1930s, this clay jar contained an iron rod wrapped in copper, suggesting it may have been used as a primitive source of electricity. Although the exact purpose of this device remains a mystery, some experts believe it could have been used for electroplating, a technique for coating metal objects with a thin layer of gold. If this theory is true, we're talking about a technology that was thousands of years ahead of its time. The Baghdad Battery consists of a clay pot, a copper cylinder, and an iron rod, with evidence suggesting that an acidic liquid, such as vinegar or lemon juice, may have been used as an electrolyte. When filled with this liquid, the device could potentially generate a small electrical current. While there is no definitive proof of its use, some speculate that the battery could have been used for religious or medicinal purposes, or perhaps to create electroplated artifacts, giving objects a thin coating of precious metals. The discovery. 8. The astrolabe. Let's turn our gaze to the heavens with the astrolabe, a precision instrument invented by the Greeks around the 2nd century BC. This device, primarily used by navigators and astronomers, allowed for the measurement of the position of stars and planets relative to the horizon. With the astrolabe, navigators could determine their location at sea and orient themselves without relying on the sight of land. Undoubtedly, this was one of the first steps toward global navigation, opening the doors to great explorations and geographical discoveries. The astrolabe was a sophisticated tool that consisted of a disc with a movable pointer called an alidade and a star map etched onto its surface. By aligning the alidade with a known star, users could calculate their latitude, the time of day, and other important celestial information. Glass, a material that we often take for granted today, was another astonishing invention of antiquity. While its exact origins are uncertain, it is believed that the Egyptians were among the first to develop techniques for creating glass around the 16th century BC. Initially, glass was used to make small objects like beads and amulets, but over time, the techniques improved, allowing for the creation of larger containers and even windows. Beyond its practical uses, glass was prized for its beauty and became a symbol of luxury and status. 10. The alphabet. Last but certainly not least, we have the Phoenician alphabet, which marked the beginning of writing as we know it today. Originating around the 15th century BC, the The Phoenician alphabet was one of the first writing systems to use symbols to represent sounds rather than entire ideas or words, as was the case with cuneiform or hieroglyphics. And there you have it, folks. 10 inventions that demonstrate humanity's incredible capacity for innovation, even in ancient times. These inventions not only transformed their respective eras, but also laid the groundwork for many of the advancements we enjoy today. From the abacus to the alphabet, each of these achievements is a reminder of the power of human ingenuity.